That's what y'all just heard right then.
I'm the god of baked potatoes. I don't even like baked potatoes, but I'm the god of baked potatoes.
We're investigating, and we have the entire...
Oh, can we investigate baked potatoes? Go into the kitchen. Let's look at some baked potatoes.
I'll look at some baked potatoes.
Your character's like, I can't go into the kitchen. I gotta investigate.
Hold on. Yep, they're right there. They're the potatoes.
Regular potatoes?
We got some regular potatoes. You want to investigate the regular potatoes? Look, I can icon right onto them. Fucking potatoes.
Potatoes. A vegetable.
I'm not eating here anymore, evidently. All the knives are back. There you go.
There's still one missing.
One of the knives is still missing. It all began then with Sayaka's case.
Oh boy, we get some nice memories.
Well, it's nighttime.
We don't have time to sleep anymore. We have to kind of, you know...
There's nothing that's going to reveal anything to us in the dining room nor the kitchen.
We've been here enough times. If anything were to, it would have done it before now. That being said, we no longer have time for petty things like sleeping and eating. We kind of have to, you know, figure out every mystery in the game before the next trial. Yeah. Which isn't a lot of time.
Which means we can go in here. To the
Everything
dorm area.
is unlocked now.
Finally check out the second floor of the dorms.
Do you think that also means that Monokuma door is unlocked?
No. I still think the very last Monokuma door is still locked, but... Well...
He said all doors
are unlocked. He said
all
doors are unlocked, which...
That is in fact the door.
Yeah.
Alright, this is great. I have to do it.
We're going up into the dorms.
Pre-order the new Battletoads game coming in 2019. It looks like this.
This is the second floor of the dorms. We just got out of the E3 conference.
Oh boy, howdy.
It's like some ancient Microsoft one, by the way.
It's like some ancient ruins. Yep.
It's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. Is this where the incident took place? What is...
There's blood.
Is there no ceiling here, or what's going on here? That's all black.
I think this is very much supposed to be stylized, but I'm pretty sure that would just lead into a room and not outside anyways.
Yeah, because this is only one floor. This door looks... Okay, I have a bathroom.
There's only one room you can go into over here.
Yeah.
Well,
a bathroom.
Let's explore.
Bedroom.
Who knows? Mysteries are probably hidden all around.
This isn't the first time we've had this kind of situation in this area, then.
There's blood
this is not the first
room.
Like, this looked, to me, this looks like they had a preliminary.
You think they had another
they had a whole
game?
Yeah, they had
like an original killing game.
They had to test it to see if it would work.
And then everyone died in that one classroom, and they were like, "Man, we really need to fix that."
There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. But it's set up exactly the same way. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean,
that could just be the school being a generic dorm room.
That is true, but there's also the bolts on the windows, which the school originally would not have had. That I'm pretty sure of.
Yeah, but you could have put those there for, like, protective reasonings to make sure, hey, if they do get over here, they still can't get out.
No, because there's no cameras
covering all his bases. Yeah, but cameras can't help you escape.
No, but
it was probably like a premeditated thought where he was like, I'm not gonna let them here, but if they do get in here, I'm gonna cover all my bases and make sure there's no exit.
I mean, possibly, but then why would he open it up now?
Because he said it's the end game and all doors are unlocked.
Yeah, but with that, even with that being the case,
well, if
this
he
is
planned,
a move.
Yeah, if he planned on opening
show.
all the doors at the very end, then it makes sense he would cut off those windows to make sure he didn't escape. If he planned on opening it anyways.
Yeah, but if this is supposed to be a live broadcast to the entire audience, wouldn't he also want cameras in this area to show us exploring this, trying to solve the mystery?
Only one room in this entire freaking area, so there's a bathroom and like one door. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in there.
What even?
We're very conscious about this.
Wait, there's living fish. How?
Nobody said they were alive.
Okay, yeah, that's just a bathroom.
It
could just be a picture.
They're fake.
They're fake fish. Like one of those old fish tanks that just had
It was the...
Was that the Eye of Amun-Ra?
It very well could be. Who knows? It was the
How did they get into that little corridor to put that eye there?
The ultimate aquatic animal. They were brought here because they are ultimate. Yeah, that's a giraffe hiding out of the...
And a locker.
Let's take a peek inside. Maybe there's a locker with a giraffe in it. Let's check all the lockers.
It was filled with lockers. Must have been from the Hope's Peak students who came before us. Class before ours must have used these lockers. So that does imply that there was a class before us that had to go through something
It looks
similar.
like there is only one locker that's standing.
Which,
right there. Oh, there's a couple over there, I guess. I was about to say, that's like the only locker that's like not
they're
destroyed.
locked. There's a card reader installed on it.
Must how you get the locker open.
Pretty similar to card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. Your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean...
Let's give it a try.
Run across the reader and then... no luck. We're gonna open it, which none of us can do it. Which, once again, the e-handbooks could mean that there was a previous killing game.
Right.
Like a trial run. Gonna open this locker.
Well, we could try all of them and see if anything happens. We could get coins for trying all of them as well.
Yeah. The other thing I was gonna mention was the fact that perhaps these actually do belong to us.
And one of them will open to our card reader?
Mm-hmm. That's assuming my theory that we all went to this school originally anyway.
Right. Well, so far, no luck at all.
But this would be something I would ask everyone else to come in here and do.
Right.
Because I would want to make sure. Because I do have a pretty good theory that we probably went to this school before everything was bolted
Well, you had to have walked up to the school in order to pass out.
Well, yeah, that's not what I meant.
Lol.
I think that's one of the memories that we've lost. Because now, if apparently Monokuma can, for some reason,
Take away memories.
take away memories, then there's a huge possibility that
Okay, well, that was all the lockers we could have tried, so...
yep.
That area will probably become important later. Who knows? This, it looks like a very...
The tragedy very well could have been the first killing game.
Doesn't feel like a student's room. Is this what they were talking about for
The headmaster's room.
private room?
Correct.
Yeah, it's the headmaster's
Oh.
private room.
Was Kyoko with us?
Kyoko, no, she
Okay.
wasn't with us, but she's wandering around. And
I was about to say, was she following us and I just forgot? We've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time.
I regret. Well, there's a computer here, but it doesn't look locked.
It probably is.
There's alcohol.
None of the computers have looked locked, but they all have been.
Right. Let's see, we have a chair.
Another chair.
Can't imagine a student using something like this. It must have been the headmaster's.
Well, you want to see what Kyoko's regret is?
Hold on, I want to investigate the computer. Home to a computer must have belonged to the headmaster.
Nice.
And we have a monitor, which is probably going to say it's locked.
There's a
PC on the desk belonged to the headmaster.
Whoever used this last, it looked like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. PC still has some search results left on it.
Then we might be able to find info on the ultimate despair.
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know. The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. The group is responsible for the tragedy, which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However,
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure.
Any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
correct.
I see. That's a good outlook to have.
Ultimate Despair is actually a group.
Here's the thing, though.
I know this is gonna be way far-fetched, but there isn't anything like the people who have died so far aren't really dead, and they are actually the Ultimate Despair group. That's like, I know that's weird.
That's really far-fetched.
That is very far-fetched, but like, if you think about it, well, no, we definitely saw their corpses. I don't know.
I won't say anything, but that's really far-fetched.
It's very far-fetched, yeah, but it is weird. If it's a reality TV show, right?
There's no despair if nobody dies.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's no despair if no one dies. So if it was all fake. I don't know, I'm caught on this idea that this is all actually still fake. Because I called
You
the
were like
TV
2 seconds
show
away
thing.
from being smashed to death, just like an hour ago.
Yeah.
I hope you remember that.
Yes. Well, I caught on to the
and
whole
everyone was
broadcast
surprised
thing,
that you
like,
existed afterwards.
by chapter 2, I would say. I was on to the whole broadcast thing.
It's just like we woke up in the school and you're like, cameras, they're broadcasting us.
Yeah. Kyoko almost looks meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her.
Well, let's see. What else? Looks like
There's
there's
this
an
door.
imprint. Maybe a door.
There's a strange gap in the wall. Some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something.
So...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming through.
A breeze?
Indeed.
Likely an
There's
open
likely an
space
open
on the other
space,
side.
so it's a door.
Like a hidden room?
I think I might know how to open it.
You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
I watched The Lord of the Rings. You just have to say friend. in
Melon.
English. A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on the PC that I think controls it.
Double click it.
Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
Can we try Monokuma?
But I don't have a clue what the password might be.
Is it Kiri? Try your name.
All we know is probably made up of letters and or numbers.
I bet it's her name.
We
Like, her
can't
father
really-
never gave up on her. Like, deep in his soul, he always was just like, Kyoko.
We can't really go from there.
Right? You're right. That's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files in BC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. I think of how much time I wasted on this.
Jeez. So there's a hidden room, so she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait. There might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to... It's her name!
For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh?
Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want
Well,
to try
you
it,
can't
try
try
it. Do whatever you want.
Okay, let's give it
I
a...
bet it 100%
Give
it
it a
has to
name.
be that. I called it. If that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Mikoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. In that case, here goes nothing. Collect myself, turn to the face of the computer monitor. We just typed the password here. Typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. Hands were tense, slightly trembling and as I finished typing it in,
Beep.
it opened. That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into a hidden room. She looked grim. I called it.
There's a present.
Hey, Kyoko? May as well not have even been in the room. Gaze was fixed only on one thing. The present. Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. There's also a photo of her and her dad. Like, he totally regretted ever leaving her. I kind of called that.
To investigate in this room. I'm pretty sure, like, during, like, the third or fourth episode, you made an off comment about, oh yeah, the headmaster's her dad. And then
Yeah, whenever it got brought up,
freaked out
and she
about
freaked
it,
out,
they're
I was
like, yeah,
it's
it's her
definitely
dad.
her dad.
And then we, like, dropped it for the entire game, and then you're like, oh, it's her dad.
Yeah, now that it's relevant again, it's like, yeah, it was totally her dad.
Seems totally out of place here.
The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm kind of getting a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it.
It's a bomb.
Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto.
Why? You think it's dangerous?
No, not dangerous, but surprising. Probably.
It would seem.
If it's what I think it is. At the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see.
Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway.
Just don't scream or anything, okay?
It's his head. Something that'll make me want to scream. Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by a heavy step, I approached the box, took a deep breath, and took hold of the lid. So slowly I lifted it up, stole a hesitant glance inside, and... Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. Yeah, that's what I figured. It was Bones. The headmaster's dead. Last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
Who wrapped him up? Just as I thought. Did Monokuma get into this room and wrap him up in a box?
I think so.
For what purpose? There's no security cameras here.
What was in the box? It was wrapped up all nice, so I never would have guessed what was inside. Human bones.
Well, let's see what she thinks about this.
Just as you thought. How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones.
Wrong.
Not that I was thinking of the bone specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body.
That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box?
My father.
Hmm? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box.
Those bones, that body, that's my father. Or at least what's left of him. You serious? This is Kyoko's dad? Same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So.
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. But the same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. And these are the bones of a man in his late 30s.
And it seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now.
Well, he was somewhere. I'm sure I told you this, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people who took a single step in Hope Peak since the killing game began
Yeah.
were those students.
So, it was pretty much given he would be dead.
Well, Tohiko said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but only the ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. Therefore, he's dead.
In other words.
But he was also dead.
Right. That's my assumption anyway. She was completely calm, or no, she wasn't calm, she was trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility, but I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. What do you mean she had plenty of chances? She couldn't get into this room.
Well, walking into the room. She had plenty
Kyoko
of
said
chances
she
to
wanted
open
to
it.
see her father, so she cut off all ties, but was that all there was to it?
When we entered the room, all she was doing was staring at it instead of opening it.
Gave up some of that pride in order to enter Hope's Peak. I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Did she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder.
Hidden room present.
This picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Is this a picture of? Yeah, it's Kyoko.
Why would you?
This is annoying. Came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father?
Kyoko?
Well, this is great for closure and everything, but I don't think it's helping us much on the investigation that could end our lives.
But interestingly enough, there's a lot of clues we're getting from it for the truth bullets.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look, but I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger like me touching her dad's stuff. She wouldn't care.
Hey,
It's fine. Check whatever you want.
Are you sure? Okay, then. Yeah, at this point, she's not gonna act like she cares. But all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
Well,
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business or our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
now.
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure.
Unless he took this job knowing that he would be investigating the ultimate despair. And he lost.
I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate.
Like, what if that whole thing was just staged? Like, him becoming the headmaster here was just so that he could track down the ultimate despair, and that was the detective work he was doing.
Possibly.
I mean, she was very young at the time. She wouldn't have understood.
Yeah. But how could you have that much view on things, knowing that an ultimate despair would come here like 20-some years later?
Well, it's not that, but like
17 years later.
He's coming to a place where they handpick ultimate students. Eventually, you'd have to run into the ultimate despair. Now, whether or not the ultimate despair would have come to the school after being invited is a different story, but...
That's a really far outlook.
Look,
Hey.
she's already
Feel free to look
giving
around
us
as much as you
permission
like.
to look.
Because.
Yeah, but this is a very, very...
Okay, then if you don't
small.
mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside, rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated. But in the last drawer,
It's a
e-handbook, right? And it has the label on it that says "In case of emergency." Is this like a mastery e-handbook?
It's definitely an emergency.
In other
Handbook with
words,
no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what it is. I think you're probably right.
Might prove useful as we continue our
We
investigation.
could use them on the lockers in the other room.
Bingo.
Why
Why don't you hold on to it?
But Kyoko,
I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here.
then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay?
If this is what solves the mystery, we just both left it here like, whatever.
Hey,
Listen, Makoto.
Hmm?
Can I ask you a favor?
Sure, what's up?
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask this. And I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but
hey,
could you leave?
correct.
Just for a little while? I'd like to be alone for a bit.
Yeah, that's fair. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little. Need to get my
Just a
emotions in
second.
order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before that the relationship you had with your dad, how you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But
Maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that could be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the fact of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily.
you're right, I'm sorry. And it doesn't look at this rate that it will be solved at all.
Well,
Anyway.
once I got myself under control, I would turn to the investigation immediately. Which is a pretty important investigation. Just give me some time.
Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later.
This is like a really important investigation that our lives are staked on.
Hmm?
Anyway,
Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me.
with this e-handbook, couldn't we get in... No, never mind. No, never mind.
They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father, they killed him. The headmaster is dead. Which once again leads us to we have no clue who the mastermind is.
Right. Well, we kind of already knew it wasn't the headmaster, but...
But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is one of us.
Yeah, we already seen this abundance of times. 15 of us met in the main hall, and add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. 17.
Logan, good at math.
I was trying to speed read. Only
Only
six of us
are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Unless they're not.
You literally watched someone get impaled.
I know.
You watched all of the executions. You watched someone get turned into Mondo butter. You can't fake that.
He's definitely still dead. I agree.
You can't fake Mondo butter.
Well, still alive are Me.
Byakuya. Hiro. Toko. Hina.
And Kyoko.
And Kyoko.
Only those 6 people are still alive, then there's no question. That can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. But the thing is, the Ultimate Despair is a group. So if we think of it as a group and not a single person, that means multiple people have to be it. And the only ones that I can think of right now that would be working together are Byakuya and Toko.
Yeah, but if you think of it, maybe it is an organization, but only one person is in charge
here
of this game show type thing.
That's possible.
It could be
that
like
would also
an
explain
organization,
why there's multiple sequels to this game.
Well, I won't say anything on that right now. You'll love the second game, though. It's great.
Alright, so now we can get into some of these lockers. We'll start with you.
We can open this locker using a key card. We took out our handbook, but can we take out the other one?
I found a headmaster's hidden room. Let's give this one more try.
Yeah, let's do it again.
It worked. Alright. Now let's see what we got inside. That looks like a whole bunch of stuff from Hiro. Probably has organization problems in every part of their life.
Yep, that's
so
definitely Hiro.
this is gonna confirm the fact that we all were previously here. There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up.
Or this is
in
what
no
happened to
particular
everyone's
order.
belongings.
That's possible. I think this is basically just going to confirm that everyone was here beforehand, though. Dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Now that I can really talk, trying to act as casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks and I saw. Looked inside the notebook. Any sense of easiness I might have evaporated.
Hiro.
Yeah, it's Hiro's. Is this our Yasuhiro?
The same last name and the same interests?
Yeah. Which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us. We all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? The locker notebook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. The thing is, we still don't know how long we've actually been locked in this school. We fainted, but we don't know how much time passed.
Is this a deck of playing cards? Where? I don't know what you're...
No, they're tarot cards, but wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? A magic ball?
This is a crystal ball.
Can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Well, we're gonna look at the other lockers, which is gonna relate to some of the other characters.
I don't see anything that might be a clue.
Not a clue.
Looks like most of the other lockers are empty.
This one has a key card in it?
One of those wood cards, perhaps?
Kind of pocketbook.
Oh.
There's something writing inside. It could be important. Don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I better take a look. All the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. I was flipping through the pocketbook, my hand froze when I saw a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. Decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. Just so happened to be the headmaster and my... Oh, this is Kyoko's book! He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. Point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world is not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. It's not what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. Can't imagine a worse father. We need to give this to Kyoko.
Kyoko had met her dad. if you...
She just forgot. Her
She'll have the
memory's been
memories.
tampered with.
But she did, in fact, confront her dad after all.
Yeah. I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko,
And the other locker
what
belongs
was it
to
doing
Hiro.
in this locker? She wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. Says she hadn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. But her memory's been tampered with. Decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster, my father. What does this all mean?
Well, we already know her father's bones.
Right. Proving me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled.
Despair walks among us, and so we survive. Oh.
The second despair. What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? There's a second despair. Maybe she found out that this was gonna happen, and that's why her memories were actually tampered with.